Sail Media welcomes you to Sydney Harbour, and the news is there's breeze, not a lot of it, for heats 5 and 6 of the JJ Giltinan 18-foot skiff championships. An hour ago, there was a flat calm on the harbour, but a little easterly breeze has trickled in, and I think, and I hope that we will get 2 races in today. It will be light, all skiffs on their big rigs. Peter Shipway saying hello to you, along with Dolly DeVola and Jimmy Bury and our Sail Media team. It's very light though, the sky is clear, been a bit of cloud around early, but it's dissipating, and we're hopefully getting away on time. And Dolly, tell us what your thoughts are on the wind and the conditions we can expect in the next hour or so.
Good afternoon, Pete. Good afternoon, viewers. Well, I'm just riding a bucking bronco here on the camera cat at the moment. Sun shining, which is a big change from yesterday, Pete. Very humid here in Sydney, humid and hot. At the moment we've got a southeast breeze, which I'm expecting should hold in direction. May go a little bit east of southeast later on. Pretty light, as you said, though, Pete. We're about 5 or 6 knots down here around the start line, and we might be topping out at about 8 or 9 at the top of the course. We've got the tide just turning about now, and tide will be coming in for the afternoon. What time's that, say, Jimmy?
Low at 14:41.
Yeah.
So right at start time.
We're right on start time. The tide's going to turn, so we won't have a lot of effect to start with. Once again, not a big tide. We've got a 0.3 coming into a 1.4, so not a huge tidal influence, but probably, Pete, looks like we're probably going to be going up to the same sort of area we sailed yesterday up in the Dardanelles, mate.
Yeah, the second race yesterday. Well, Jimmy, good afternoon to you. We haven't got course signals as yet. We just know it's a windward leeward 2 laps, but we don't know the direction. I think we can see the weather mark up, as Dolly said, between Shark Island and Point Piper. So tell us what you think, Jimmy. I can't do more than that.
Thanks, Pete. They were originally set up in Taylor's Bay, so we just moved down near Garden Island, close to the city, and working similar track to yesterday by the looks of it. We're just waiting on the mark set bots, which have been escorted around Bradley's Head to get down here. But as you said, 6 over 2, so 2 laps with a finish off the breeze on the second lap, and then 2 races, hopefully, fingers crossed. But I think we will get away on time. We just don't have a course access as yet, but I will get back to you with that once it's displayed.
Well, if you haven't been watching, I can tell you that the series so far has been absolutely dominated by Yandu. They've won all 4 heats, and today there's 2 more. So we might just have a look at the point score, which means starting to mean a little bit, but after today, after 6 races are completed, you can drop your worst performance. So there it is, Yandu on top with a total of 4 points. Then Finport, Keegan York, solid start to his series, a 2, 5, 3 and 2 with 12 points. C-Tech, the top New Zealander, third in 19. Then Rag and Famish, a lot of people's favourite, he's down on 4th position on 20. The Black Knight from Germany, he's had one bad race, the first race, then he's been consistent, 2, 7 and 3 for 23 points. Balmain, 8.6 there on their second race. They took arbitration and they took a penalty there, so they've got 33.6 on 6th. Smeg 7th. ASCC, the New Zealanders, 8th. Shore and Partners, Emma Rankin's 9th, and to round out the top 10, Wealth from Queensland, having a very good start to the series. So, as I said, it's all been Yandu, and overnight, a couple of interesting things occurred. Lazarus, they had a really disappointing day yesterday. They were over at the start in the first race and did not go back, and finished 3rd across the line, or 2nd it was, I'm not sure, but anyway, second was it?
Yep.
And then, of course, were disqualified for being OCS, and then in the second race, they had a capsize and then got entangled with the weather mark. And although the rules allow you to hit the mark, you can't drag the mark, and they flipped the mark upside down. So that was the definition of dragging, so they were disqualified. So 2 races yesterday and 2 disqualifications, unfortunately, for the Lazarus boys. But just quickly on the handicap side of things, again early days, but handicap plays a bit of a part for the fleet. Honda Marine from New Zealand leading in first spot. Smeg, Nathan McNamara, he's been good on handicap and on scratch, he's second. Wealth, the Queenslanders, third. Shaw and Partners, Emma Rankin, fourth. Yandu with those 4 outstanding wins, and some of them have been by big margins. She finds herself fifth on handicap. And Skiff ropes Rockstar from Germany in 6th spot, with Goat Marine from the UK 7th and Marine Outlet in 8th spot. So that's after 4 races. A lot to play out for today in these very light conditions. East-southeasterly breeze. We're up at the starting area between Garden Island and Clark Island. But a little earlier today, I was fortunate enough to speak to one of the leading skippers, and that was the skipper of the Black Knight, Heinrich von Bayern. Spoke to him in the park an hour or so ago.
Welcome back to Sydney.
Thank you so much.
How many times has it been for the JJs for you?
I just heard it's the 6th time. I thought it was 5, but yeah, we've been here 6 times, so we're almost locals to the harbour now.
You enjoy the harbour? It's tricky, isn't it?
It is tricky. It's different from normal sailing. So we have a whole bunch of opponents that we're not used to. So yeah, the ferries.
All those boats, yeah, it's tricky. But you've had a good start to the regatta. You had one bad race, I guess, and then the rest have been pretty good, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, it's however you look at it. So coming from Europe, getting a 12th for the other Europeans is perfect. So for us, we've been getting better and better. So for us, that's actually a very slow start, and we're hoping to catch up.
And you had a good mid-year last year. You won the Europeans on Lake Garda.
Yeah, that was a pretty good experience. But Lake Garda is different. We don't have headlands, we don't have ferries, we don't have...
And plenty of wind.
Plenty of wind on, yeah.
And do you prefer windy days or light air?
We do prefer windy days. We have some good runs in light air, but I think we're much more consistent in heavy breeze.
And your dad's out here now to keep an eye on you.
Yeah, arrived this morning just to make sure everything works.
And he's the prince, isn't he? He's the real prince?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Lives in a castle?
He does currently live in a castle.
That's pretty nice, isn't it?
It is, absolutely. But it's also nice to come down to Double Bay in Bavarian winter, so it's a good change of scenery.
And what do you think so far? I mean, obviously Yandu's been right up there, haven't they, in the real class?
Yeah, they're quite hard to catch. If you look at the movies, you can see that they're not really making big mistakes. Their tactics are perfect, near perfect. I think their maneuvers are good. Now it's a light wind regatta, really. Would have been fun to race them on the 2-rig. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get much breeze today. But anyway, good luck. Lovely to see you back in Australia, and best for the rest of the series.
Thank you so much.
Well, nice to have a father as a prince. I can't say I had that, but anyway, some people do, some people don't. Thank you to Heinrich and our team of viewers. Again, great news that you're all there. Selwyn Rowe is there. Good to hear from you. Bing Bong, Olivia Dameron, Greg Sun, Gary Leaf's there, Graham Long, Steve Taylor, Chris Steele, Angus Roxburgh. Queenslander is in the house. Okay. Jeez. Yankee Express, hello to you. Chris Steele's there. I saw someone from an aircraft, 20,000 feet. Nipper Henderson's there. Ian Barnard. Someone is in a aircraft. I'll find that in a minute. Stephen Spruce, Dave Grogan, Norm Anderson. Yeah, there you're right, Norm. Rag needs to pull a good one out today, probably 2 good ones. But the breeze is light again here, Dog, at the starting area. We've got about, what do we got, Jimmy? About 7 minutes to go to the scheduled start time. Have we?
Yep.
There it is, 7:40, and it's very light. Steve D's there from Sunshine Beach. Fleur Hikens, hi from the office. Norm Anderson. Joy Brown is back. Nice to have you back, Joy. She's from Bribie Island, expecting more good racing. Go the Finport. Well, they're up there. They'll need also a couple of good ones today. Stuart Brown, Lofty from the Adelaide Hills, Matthew Beecher, Arthur Bolger, Dave Kleinman, and also I'd like to send a shout out to, we got a very nice email from Tom from Darwin. Thank you, Tom, much appreciated. We're racing today for the Tony Reynolds Trophy, the AJ Reynolds Trophy. The best boat of the day will receive that. 2 races today. Today's race partner is Vycobi. And of course, this series, the whole JJ series for 2025, proudly sponsored by the Winning Group. So what have we got here, Dol? There's a few yachts on the harbour because it's a Wednesday afternoon here in Sydney, and there's Wednesday racing out of Middle Harbour Yacht Club and out of the Royal Prince Edward Yacht Club. So it's a lovely afternoon, not much breeze for sailing, but enough for the 18s, and they'll get a race start, I would think, pretty much on time, I would gather. The gate, the leeward gate is in position, and it's a 2-lapper. The 5th heat today, remembering that Yandu has not been seriously challenged, really. They've won 4 races. Perhaps the first race, Finport, put them under pressure. But
yeah, pretty much every other race have just streaked away, Pete. Yeah. As you said, the breeze is just chopped up a little bit. We've just had a bunch of yachts go through, but we're getting just over 8 knots on the gate mark at the moment. So that's enough breeze for us to sail competitively. It should be nice.
Finport went for redress at the finish of race 2, but when he looked at viewed the incident and had a rethink about it, Keegan withdrew the protest for redress, and so that was not heard. So his position remained in the 2nd heat as a 5th.
So yeah, we're just seeing them then. We're on the Burrawang now, but the Finport nicely placed in 2nd. So, but we've seen dominance from Yandu so far, but there's a long way to go in this regatta yet, and certainly, even if Finport, if Yandu do manage to put a couple of more together today, which would pretty much seal things up for them, barring a complete disaster. There's certainly the minor placings to go for, and we were talking before, Pete, we're only getting 1 drop from the 9 heats. So you get 1 drop after 6. So boats can't afford to have 2 or more, bad races, big numbers. And with that, after the racing today, we're going to see that drop come into play, and that'll see ASCC and Balmain benefit in particular, because they're both carrying some pretty big numbers.
Okay, 4 minutes to go. We're got the flags up and ready to rock and roll in not much window. It's very, very light here at the starting area up off Garden Island. The flags on the committee boat are just barely fluttering. And a big shout out to a few stars that were having lunch today at the Royal New Zealand Yacht Squadron. Kim and Terry McDell, along with Russell Bowler and Peter Montgomery. There's 4 very famous names in the world of yachting and sailing. Of course, as I said the other day, Kim and Terry, along with Peter Brook, won the title in New Zealand with Travelodge New Zealand way back in 1974. And of course, Russell Bowler, very much part of the Far Design group, who designed all those wonderful boats and skiffs, and Russell was an outstanding 12-foot skiff sailor as well. So hello to you guys. And here's a bit of trivia for you, Dolly.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to answer it now.
I can Google it, can I?
No, you won't be able to Google this. So I want you to know, you've got all afternoon to answer this. Terry McDell was told by someone, if your boat is going fast, everything else turns to gold. So Terry quoted someone telling him that. You've got to tell me who that was. Anyway, we'll get back to the starting area. 2.5 minutes to go. The countdown's on.
Did they tell Terry that personally?
Yeah, they did. And the person that told him is a JJ champion.
Ooh.
There you go. Okay, well, won't worry about that now. We'll get back to the trivia between races. Countdown to 2:15. in light air. Boy, light now again.
Lining up early too.
They
Pete.
are very early, a bit of yelling early. Lazarus up there, he gets up there, Tom Cunich.
He's at one end or the other. Yesterday he had one at the boat, one at the pin.
Oh, there's some good yelling already. You can see how light it is from that lovely overhead shot.
And Pete, just quickly, 1.1 nautical mile beat, bearing of 090. So, as you said, basically between Shark Island and Point Piper.
090, okay.
Similar to yesterday.
Okay, gee, a minute 30. They're very early. They're just slowing down. Just trying to get in irons in this light air. You'll struggle to get out of it. No one really down at the leeward end at the moment. Not really any tide. It's at the bottom of the tide at the moment. Some good right-hand pressure up the track, looking at some yachts going up there.
High on right.
High on the right.
And not on screen there, Pete. You got Alan from the UK, still under Spinnaker, coming down for a Le Mans start.
Drop the spinning around the committee boat. Minute to go. Countdown on. The fifth heat. Get underway. In light airs on the harbour.
So we've got Lazarus, Rag and Famish, Smeg, Akarana, Black Knight and Finport all stacked up at the boat end. ASCC as well.
Yandu in the middle where he normally starts. He normally gets clear air so far this series. Now Alan is going to, he might just jag a start here. But anyway, we're watching them lined up. They're held back a little now.
Yeah, they're pushing up in the middle.
Bigfoot starting to push.
Bigfoot's got to be close to over there.
Watching intently, it's not much progress. Black Knight trying to wind up. Lazarus in the middle. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I'm looking at a general, I think, Pete.
Burrowang's over. Lazarus, yeah.
Yeah,
general recall, yeah. So
Alan UK will be happy about that.
Finport got a good start at the committee boat end, but it's all for nothing. Yeah, they all got towy late, and then it became early. They just pushed up and pushed up. One goes, they all go. So we're on general recall. Surprise, surprise. We'll have a little bit of a delay with the breeze back in the right a little bit, and a bit more.
Although it was a recall, Yandu weren't in a good position there.
No, they were about a third of the way or halfway down the line. It looked like the windward end was the go, looking at the way that Finport went upwind for about 100 metres. Clear lane up in the right. Finport now bailing out and they're coming back. There's a bit of breeze. There's a few yachts down the harbour have got a bit of a lean up, but it's not great. There's a big cloud over the city.
When the pressure comes through, Pete, it seems to be going round to the right. So we'll see when they come off. We do have a mark set bot as the pin end. I'm not sure if you might just push that up a little bit and try and
take some favour out of the committee boat end.
Yeah, because they're going to be jam packed at the boat end this time. But if he sneaks that pin up a bit, puts a little bit of favour into the pin end, it might spread them out a little bit.
Now, black flag, do we think? Perhaps, Sam?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Hugh Lester loves it. Loves his black flag.
Dennis Critchley's there. Hello to you, Dennis. Nice to hear from you. Enjoying sunny Umina Beach.
I know Pete Harding's been tuning in every day too. He's just recovering from not being well, so wish you all the best, Pete. Hope you enjoy today's racing.
Olivia Dameron is
and
there.
The black flag is getting handed down to the back of the boat.
Oh,
by Keegan's mother.
Hello to Rod Daly, he's there. Trevor Wistaff. Gail Barnabas is there. There's a famous name in 18-foot skiff sailing.
Hello, Gail. If Gail's there, I'm sure Trevor's there
sure
too.
Not far away, Trev.
They'll be on their catamaran in Queensland somewhere.
From Santa Barbara, we say hello to John Rushing. Drew Butts, I hope that's pronounced correctly. Drew. Alan Mansfield. from Queensland Gold Coast. Hope you survived up there. Craig Hughes from Perth.
G'day, Craig, our 16-foot skiff designer.
Yeah, great to have you all. Nobody of notes there watching. Okay, black flag up, 5 flags up. Oh, be catching the naughty boys now in this one.
This'll keep them behaving.
Well back.
Yeah, they'll behave.
They can't take risks in this one, especially the boats that are fighting for some good placings.
There was a comment left yesterday on yesterday's stream, Shippo, that Tom Needham was born in the UK, so
yes,
is he
correct.
Representing the UK now, is he?
Well, all that BS from Rollo.
Maybe we should ask Rollo.
Yeah, it's Rollo's alias, I think.
The Oracle. Rollo's the Oracle.
I haven't heard from Rollo. He's still asleep in the West, probably. So, yeah, well, Queensland, Western Australia, Fang's from Western Australia. Fang Warren. So, on the
United
second
Nations flag.
So on the second go here of the 5th heat, but had one general recall and just under 4 minutes to go. Light air would be lucky to be 7 or 8 knots at the very best. They're starting to stack up early. There's Rag and Yandu. Rag to windward with that orange insignia. Yandu, the blue and red oval. Just ahead of them is Lazarus after their disappointing day yesterday. Coming in is the Akarana Eatery. Hawaiian Pizzas there, and down the background is Finport going across. And these boats are already lining up with 3 minutes to go. There's Bigfoot we saw, and there's a few yachts coming across the starting line. And they might get a bit of a hurry up, but they should be done and dusted by the time the next 3 minutes pass.
Well, they're on port tack.
Yeah, so they'll certainly get a hurry up.
No.
Yeah, the breeze trying to hang in. It is at the moment.
Yeah, fairly patchy. I see Wild Oats 10 up the top of the course there a little bit too. Hopefully he doesn't sit to windward of the fleet. They can suck a bit of air out of their sails.
So we're watching for the second go. Black flag start. It means if you're over, there's no recall. You go home, and we'll wait for the next race. These 3 little yachts.
Be a long wait,
Yes, it will be. It's a 2-lapper, windward leeward. Course set at 090 at 1 mile. Jimmy, was it
1.1 nautical mile?
1.1. Thank you. Oh, there's a couple of.
Very similar to what we sailed in race 2 yesterday.
These yachts are very slow, but they will just cross this starting line. And we've got 2 minutes exactly.
Looks to me like we have had the pin move up.
I think we have,
too,
yeah.
Pete.
It looks like it, doesn't it? And Bigfoot's going down that end, I think. He's probably the most lured boat. There he is. You can see him pulling away and going across the fleet. Right up the committee boat, we've got Rag and Famish and Lazarus. Yandu in behind them a bit.
Again?
Yeah, he just tries to find a gap so he can get away and clear air. That's been his modus operandi.
They've managed to do it so far, but at some stage the door's going to get shut on them.
They're just all holding position. Still got 1:15 to go.
Looks at the moment he might be able to sneak in between Smeg and Akarana.
Yeah, he's just starting to come forward. Oh, the Bigfoot's bailed out. He's gone back. He realised he was too close to the line. Boy, they're way back with 1 minute to go. Countdown on.
The kitchen maker stepped right out from everyone else.
Yes, he's rather exposed up there, the kitchen maker.
Be in the early notes a few, Lester.
Oh.
Here they go, they're just bailing out now.
Yes.
The Black Knight in danger of getting squeezed out at the boat end here by the Rag and Famish, and I can guarantee Harry's not going to give them any quarter.
25 seconds. Oh, Yandu looks as though he's got a lane.
I can hear Harry from here.
Yeah, there's a lot of yelling. We're very close on the camera cat to this committee boat. Countdown on. 12 seconds to go.
Yeah. And the Germans are going to core sample the back of the start.
Yeah, I think they're in all sorts of trouble. The Black Knight. 2-1 racing. Oh, Balmain got a great start down the middle of the line. Rag and Famish, a beauty of the committee boat. Bit of yelling. They're looking back at the Black Knight. They're pointing. Yandu again in a good spot. Clear air just above Smeg. I think the Black Knight might be a bit of bother here. Finport late. He's got to get out of there, I think, Finport. See attack shortly, I think. The Black Knight, what are they doing?
Yeah, they've bailed out. They're going to do a penalty turn.
Look out for Burrowang. He's coming in on port. Oh, it's very light. And again, look at Yandu punching out from the middle of the line.
Nice work from Harry Price on the Rag and Famish.
He's very good. He's high in the right. It's not super strong, this breeze. He's just got to join the dots. This is a real dot adjoining day. You find these puffs, it'll really, really give you some good impetus to get back to the front of the fleet.
Gee, I'll tell you what, Pete, from that start, though, we're seeing it again. Yandu just taking a step forward, and they just squeezed about 10, 15 metres of height to weather on Rag and Famish. And who's that behind
Lazarus,
them there? Lazarus, Jimmy.
And Smeg up ahead of them.
No one can survive on their hip.
No.
They just get squeezed out and spat out.
Okay. One leg. First leg we're into. Up to Point Piper, Shark Island. There's the Black Knight. They've done a penalty turn. There's Wealth from Queensland. They've performed very well so far. The Rag's gone back on port. It's a day of find the breeze, find the wind, find the wind. That's all you got to do. And above Yandu is the Smeg in front of, doing a nice job on the Smeg boys. Had a good day yesterday. Nathan McNamara, Jed Crookshank and Jack Taylor. I'm sure Paul McNamara's watching. Nathan says he watches every day, so that's good. Nice to have you with us, Paul. And the boys are doing very well for you. But the boats, some of the boats have gone into the right, which is Rag, but there's Yandu, the series leader. He looks as though he's pretty prominent again here. This is light air for them from what they've been going in, but that's the fleet that have come off starboard, off the starting line and have not tacked. So there's Rag, went right into Clark Island, and see what he gets when he comes back.
There was that right shift over there before, Pete, so if a little bit of pressure comes down out of Double Bay, they should be able to hook onto that and get a bit of a gain.
The boats that have gone left, this group here, they're sixth. They're right in under, almost under Bradley's, looking for this left-handed pressure that's coming around Bradley's. It's pressure. Whether it's left-handed or not, I don't know. There's six taking the stern of Bigfoot. Shaw and Partners nicely positioned. Also, Emma Rankin, fine job, good start, and coming into a little bit of pressure around Bradley's. Not far off attack. There they go. Okay, that's the group that went right, led by Rag and Famish, Harry Price. Now, what's it look like going back?
Yeah, Pete, they've got some pressure, but usually they'll get back to the middle and they'll get headed pretty badly. So
yeah, Rag looks okay from where we are, but we'll come to them shortly. It's very light here. Shaw and Partners just behind Yandu. Balmain will be prominent when they bounce off Bradley's in a moment, and Smeg also. They'll go back with Port Tack.
I can see the Rag over there. They're high in the right.
They're in the mix. It's the good news for the Rag followers. And here's two boats coming off Bradley's. Shaw and Partners and Smeg and Balmain, I'm sorry. They will be behind Yandu. Rag didn't like it. He's gone back for more into Double Bay. He's gone back on port. Top of screen. So Yandu just getting through this little bit of a ferry wash, and Lee.
Yeah, I'm not sure Rag and Famish was going to cross
No.
Bigfoot in particular.
There's a boat right in the right. Is Lazarus, Tom Kunich. He's gone right into Double Bay. Looks good. Off Bradley's is Yandu tacking. A little bit of bumpy water and got through a bit of ferry wake.
ASCC are in that hard right too, Pete. But I'm a little surprised these guys that coming out of the hard left have actually got pretty good height on port tack.
Oh, I hope they've seen this Dragon. I'm sure they have. Oh, thanks, Dragon.
Those guys are racing too, so...
Yeah, social day, but anyway.
The Wednesday Rolex series.
Yeah. And the Bigfoot in the middle is going to cause a bit of mayhem for Smeg, Balmain and Yandu. Yandu's not going back on anything great. That's... who's that just gone behind him? Alan. Okay, there's Bigfoot. Well done. Dave Hayter and his team.
They were behind Smeg, but in front of Balmain. Crossing Yandu pretty easily.
So they're starting to join up now. The left are... They're coming into the right-hand group. Shore and Partners, Emma Rankin, she's flying down there.
Lightweight crew on the Shore and Partners.
Yeah, they're about halfway up the first beat of 2. Yandu just looking for this pressure.
Great work from Dave Hayter and the team on Bigfoot bags and covers early on. But Smeg just starting to lift around their bow. Hopefully we'll see if Bigfoot can start to hook onto that lifting pressure.
That group that have gone hard in the right, I think it's led by Lazarus, but the boat's Smeg is starting to lift a little, so is Balmain. And Yandu just getting bow up, nothing great. The breeze only about 6 or 7 knots out of the east.
Yeah, the right hasn't paid for a few of those boats, but Lazarus going back in there for more along with ASCC. Yeah. They try and get ahead of the tack on.
That's Lazarus there, just popped out in front of Smeg, between Smeg and Shore and Partners. And the boat that could lead here is Shore and Partners. Yeah. Absolutely flying at the moment, but Lazarus is very high, which means it won't come back on anything great, but a bit more breeze between Shark Island and Point Piper now as the boat's getting up towards the weather mark, still about 300 or 400 metres downwind of it.
Yeah, Lazarus don't want to be high right now. They'll be hoping for a great big header to smack them.
They're not far off attack on the Lazarus.
Yeah, they just dipped there then, but I think that was a lull more than a header. But yeah, you're right, Pete. Emma Rankin looking great coming out to this side at the moment.
Joel Turner and
Lazarus went too far in there.
Yeah, they went too
completely
far.
run out of air.
Just got under Point Piper and got hammered. But here we go. Here's the fleet. Smeg's in very good shape too. ASCC's had to take a couple of sterns. So it's a bit of breeze around Point Piper, the eastern side, but it's generally light. 6-7 knots at very best.
So Emma's not going to cross Smeg or Balmain.
Smeg leads. There you go. Paul McNamara. Don't open the champagne yet, but they're in good shape. They're in good shape.
Pretty close with them and Balmain.
Balmain attacked early.
And Yandu right on their tail.
Yandu was probably fourth. Shore and Partners second or third. Probably second. They put Balmain about. Oh, and here comes the Bigfoot in from the left.
Still in the mix.
Yeah, she's probably fourth, I think, in front of Yandu. So, tricky day. A tricky day for sure. There's Smeg on the left. Nathan, Jed Crookshank and Jack Taylor. Good start. Fine job.
Great start from those boys. Once again, a little bit lighter, that crew, I think, on the Smeg. So they don't mind this lighter air. We've seen them sail well in the light and shifty too, Nathan, Jed and Jack.
It's going to be a long race, even as it's a two-lapper. And way out on the left now is Rag and Famish. He's gone from the right to the left, big time. He's way on the left with Vycobi, but they don't look anything great at the moment, but we'll see when they come back.
They've got a long way to come back.
That's Vycobi just going out of screen on the right with a light white jib. And nice breeze at Point Piper here, Dolls. Probably the best of the beat, I think.
Yeah, it is, and at the moment it looks a little bit right, which doesn't bode well for those guys coming back from the left-hand side.
I think the thing is there's no disturbed air. There's no yachts or pleasure craft or anything. It's just a good flow. And there's the big foot.
Oh, Rag and Famish coming back on a massive header that's not working for them.
No. But up to windward, there we go. There's the series leader. So you can see they're struggling. All boats are struggling for pressure. This crew are dynamite when they can bend their back and straighten their legs, but they're pretty good now. Also, they're right in this. Looking at it, it's going to be tight here at the weather mark. We're about 50 metres to go. Port rounding, and then a tricky run back to the Clark Island gate. Balmain have tacked, not looking good coming back. And guess what? The boat that's looking good, surprise, surprise, is Yandu. I think he'll lead. I can't see anyone else getting to him.
It's going to be pretty tight between them, Bigfoot and
tacked early. Smart manoeuvre, so they can come back and get him on starboard, perhaps. It's going to be tight. Bigfoot's in it. Smeg's in it. Smeg may lead, but he's got to watch Yandu coming back on starboard here. Maybe Tom Needham set this up nicely. He'll have right of way, I think, close to a ley line.
No, they'll both be able to attack inside.
Yeah, I think so. They will. He's going to give him room. I think he doesn't want any tangle up here. Yep. So Smeg will tack first. Well, here, there's Yandu goes. No, Bigfoot's going for a dip. Smeg can get in there, I think.
Yeah,
come on, Nathan, get in there, buddy. That's it. Good stuff. Okay, but Yandu at pace round the outside of him. Good tack on the Smeg boys. Right. Well, there's a Smeg a first. Yandu second. Tight. Boat length in it. We're off to Clark Island. And a quick jibe on the Smeg. Just a set on the Yandu. Bigfoot's around.
Great set on the Smeg. I'm not sure that I would have jibed set, but that was a great set.
A bit of traffic they do.
Very good set.
And there's Emma Rankin around behind the Bigfoot in fourth position, then Balmain. Then a fair gap to ASCC.
Good to see the Balmain boys up there.
Yep.
This first race today. They need some good results.
Jimmy, did we get any notification that any boats may have been over?
I have had no correspondence.
So we can assume everyone is still in play because they don't recall on a black flag. So sixth getting a nice lift at the mark. Lazarus round, Tom Cunich. Then sixth, it's the team of Jacob Marks, Alex Marinelli and Matt Doyle. They're in good position. Then first New Zealander, ASCC or C-Tech round. No, he's not, is he?
Oh, no. They're still coming, mate.
He's deep.
They're very deep.
Okay, there's the Alan from the UK. Next will be Kitchen Maker, and then the next one will be Rag and Famish, followed by Finport. So they are fairly deep again, straight into a jibe on the Rag.
Rag and Finport deep, and the Black Knight and C-Tech even deeper.
Yeah, Noakes around. Beck Hancock is jibing there. Cam Walker and Ben Kirkby. Next around Vycobi, they're deep. Marine Outlet following them. So remembering that Smeg led by a boat length at the windward mark. He did a jibe set. Yandu did a bear away set. We'll see what happens when they converge. So now Yandu on port jibe, Smeg on starboard jibe. There's Rag and Famish. It's very light. They're the 3 leaders without, and there's Smeg coming in from the left-hand side.
Yeah, and that didn't work for them, Pete. They jibed. When they jibed set, there wasn't a lot of air and there was a lot of traffic.
A lot of disturbed air, exactly. So they're, I think, going to be behind this group of... Oh, no, they'll be close.
They'll be in front of Shaw and Partners, but I think they'll be behind Yandu and Bigfoot.
Have gapped them a little, yeah. So here we go again, boys. Yandu in front. They've won the first 4 and they're leading race 5. Yeah, I think that was the manoeuvre. I don't know, Nathan McNamara just didn't pull that off as he might have. And there's a good puff coming down. It's bringing the fleet down quite quickly. Advancing on the leading group. We look behind. Breeze is in the left a little. No, in the right, I'm sorry. They've got Bow Down and going for it.
And they're bringing it down with them. So that Breeze hasn't got to the leaders yet.
No, Rag's getting himself back into the game. Then right out to the right is Balmain. Can't see him as yet. Just waiting for this Breeze to come. So that's purple Spinnaker belongs to the Bigfoot. The white Spinnaker Smeg. The red Spinnaker is Shaw and Partners in 4th spot.
Obviously Yandu with the blue and red.
Yeah, oval.
Oval on the Spinnaker.
About halfway down the first VMG run. We've got 2 lappers, so they've got to go back up again and back to the finish. So not halfway through, and a few boats are getting a good little kick along here, led by ASCC. She jumped right up into the leading group. Balmain also, they went furthest out to the right, looking downwind. They're strong also.
Good gain from Rag and Famish too, Pete.
Very good.
And managed to wiggle their way out of a pretty ordinary position there.
Yandu's gone very light, and I think off camera she's jiving. Oh, it's super light where she is. And a few of them are jiving out into midstream, aiming towards Bradley's Head because they feel there's no breeze in the Double Bay area. They want the breeze out in the middle of the harbour and towards Balmain. Towards Bradley's Head, rather. And I hope they're not near Balmain. They'll be a bit off track, but there is Balmain.
Yeah, Yandu just picked up a little bit there and they're running deep now. Not a lot of pressure, but they're running at the right angle. They're running much deeper than Balmain and Shaw and Partners. Harry Price has just sniffed out that little gust as well, so he's jibed on that to try and stay in it.
There's 6th.
And you can see it there in the overhead shot. They just use that, Yandu just used that bit of pressure to get some depth, and they've stepped away again.
And the good news for 6th followers are, they are 6th at the moment. How long that will remain, I can't tell you. Balmain's got a bit of a puff. That's him top left of screen, also with the orange chute. He's going way out towards Bradley's here.
Yandu running really deep down the course now. Which may not bode so well for Emma Rankin and Shaw and Partners and Balmain, because they've got to jibe back.
You see Tom Grimes standing up in Balmain when they went past, looking for this wind. Pretty sharp operator, Tom Grimes. There's Balmain. Just got to judge this jibe.
And I'll tell you what, Pete, something you don't see very often, there is boats running down the southern side of Clark Island. I can see Smeg, Lazarus, it looks like ASCC, Rag and Famish. They all look like they might try and... Oh, no, they've popped out the other side there. Look like they were going down the back side for a minute there, but they have jibed.
That'd be super gutsy.
Oh, I know, very gutsy.
Just coming out on starboard jibe. Smeg.
They've made a big gain, though. Yeah. Smeg looking really good down that side. They just disappeared behind a yacht, mate, and it looked like they disappeared behind the island. But
so the fleet has compacted somewhat. Yandu, I think, will still lead, although Smeg's done a pretty nice job going down the starboard on starboard jibe. That's Smeg there and Yandu converging.
Yeah, Smeg and Lazarus, I think, with 6 as well. They just did a bunch of jibes down that double bay, edge of double bay.
I think
managed to stay in a gust.
Smeg will cross Yandu. Well, we haven't said that very often in this series. Maybe on the first day, but Nathan McNamara has got his nose well in front.
Well, they did lead around the top mark, wasn't it?
Only by a sniffle.
Only by a hair, yeah.
Well, putting the pressure back on Yandu, but Smeg leads for about 60 metres from the gate. Now the trick will be this next beat. It's pretty tricky. There's a lot of yachts now starting to infiltrate on the course. Smeg are they laying this right-hand gate? They might be, I think. Off camera there, so Lazarus has crossed Yandu and Smeg are almost at this right-hand gate. So Smeg, a nice lead.
Lovely work from Nathan McNamara and the crew.
Get your nose in front. It's a good place to be. Lazarus next. After a very disappointing day yesterday, that's good to see him up there. Yandu going to the left-hand gate. It doesn't, I think the right-hand...
Not the favoured side,
The right-hand gate looks favoured from our vantage point. So 6th will be around before Yandu. So 6th to 3rd. Yandu 4th. Very tight. Oh, Yandu's probably just got his nose at 3rd.
Yeah, just around before.
Not a great job on the 6th. So then Balmain, also left-hand gate. That Balmain jibing with the orange chute. Big foot in front of them. The chute's down, so a bit of pressure on the Balmain crew. Oh, don't let the halyard go too soon, boys. Balmain.
Go, Finn.
It's very light here. At the other gate, ASCC's around, Shore and Partners round, Rag and Famish is round. Coming in with the white chute is Finport. Behind them is, who's that with the C-Tech? Tech 2 Spinnaker. Jimmy, is that
be Alan?
Alan from the UK? Is
Alan
it?
from the UK,
yeah. It is, yeah. Gee,
Okay,
Flynn Toomey was under some pressure there, but he just managed to get that big orange spinnaker away on the Balmain.
So a lot of boats coming downwind still, 18s, and a lot of yachts running down the harbour towards Garden Island.
Ready to suck the guts out of that
there's
breeze.
Kitchen Maker just going around the left-hand mark. So Yandu have gone hard right, Smeg's gone hard left. They're both tacked to come back and join up.
Marine Outlet and Vycobi
Oh.
are well back, aren't they?
They sure are. I don't think the right paid where Yandu went, really. There's Rag coming back. Yandu's got absolutely clobbered going into around that left-hand gate mark. You'll see them in a moment. Very soft, and Rag and Famish very close to them.
Have we had C-Tech come around, Pete?
No.
No, we haven't. So,
No.
jeepers. Oh, there they are there.
Yeah.
And the Black Knight.
So what we're seeing is that 6th is well ahead of Yandu. Smeg out in the middle, coming in from the left, has jumped away nicely. That was the correct gate to go to, the right-hand one looking downwind. That is for sure.
Yeah,
Yandu paid a big penalty there.
That right turn was further up course and more breeze. So, a little expensive mistake there to Yandu, but they just have to be consistent, Pete. They don't have to win every race.
Now the breeze has gone back into the left.
It has, yeah.
Way in the left is Lazarus coming off Bradley's, but doesn't look that high. So it's probably, the order is Smeg, Lazarus, Yandu, and 6th perhaps.
To me, it looks like there's more breeze, more pressure where Smeg's heading at the moment in that right-hand side than over where Yandu is heading with Rag and Famish, but we'll see as we get further up course.
Well, ASCC are going to be close to Yandu.
They'll cross, I think.
They're across off camera. Shaw and Partners still in the game. Okay, there's the race leader, I think, Smeg. He's now got a clear runway looking upwind. All the yachts have gone.
And as I said, it looks to me like they're heading towards more pressure over on that right-hand side.
It does.
So we'll see
Yandu
how
are
they
going
go.
hard left with Rag and Famish. Shaw and Partners. Finn Porter out to the left, almost at Bradley's. But there's all eyes now on these boys on...
Sixth heading deep into the Balmain. So they're the three boats that we've got on the right-hand side. Smeg, Sixth and Balmain. You can see there. So Lazarus and ASCC heading over this way, and they'll both cross Balmain.
Also, the kitchen makers come out of the pack. He took that left-hand gate as well. Interesting times here.
Yeah, I think Smeg and Six, if they can hook onto a little bit of pressure out of the right here, they can get to this top mark, and if they sail smart downwind, they won't catch them. Time will tell. It is very patchy. Anything can happen.
Well, Sixth is almost going back to the clubhouse at Double Bay. He's right in Double Bay. Smeg's getting in there as well, but there's the group. There's Smeg. Rag and Famish has made some big inroads on Yandu.
That's the left-hand group.
Yeah. Look at the Rag. Be happy with that effort. Come round the bow of Yandu.
So that's Rag, Yandu, Shaw and Partners and Finport over there.
Yep. Well, game on. So there's Balmain working the middle.
And ASCC in the middle, just to the weather of...
There's Smeg. Still going to point.
They desperately need a header, don't they? So they
don't want to run out of wind. If you keep looking for the header too much, you'll
right.
get too far in and get calm.
Which is what Lazarus did there last beat. Yeah.
Lazarus out in the middle. She's doing a fine job also. Likes this light edge with this big sail breeze.
So Lazarus on screen there. They tacked while they still had some pressure, and they're fairly high on starboard, so they're not in a bad position there. Where Smeg is, they're very parked up, but they should be able to push out of there and pick up some breeze. But Lazarus getting nicely through the water here up the middle.
Well, ASCC will, off camera, will almost cross Yandu, but eyes on Lazarus, who are aiming to be in second or third spot or even leading. It's very tight. This is the group out from the left. Shaw and Partners, ASCC, just behind them.
Yeah, Smeg and Six just went too far. They're parked up under the headland in Double Bay. They still haven't picked up much breeze out of there yet.
And there's Tom Kunich and the Lazarus boys in the middle of the course. Josh Feldman and Paddy Bannon. They could be close to the lead. They've got some nice little bit of pressure. Get that clear air coming out of Rose Bay now. No boats to obscure them or obstruct them.
Yeah, the fleet's definitely compressing as we get closer to this top mark. It's race is a long way from over yet. But Lazarus, that you can see there at the moment, I think they will be leading. Smeg just starting to pick up some breeze. They're right back in your back right-hand corner of your shot there. There they are with Six. They're only just picking up a little bit of breeze there. They were parked in there for a good minute and a half, 2 minutes. Meanwhile, Lazarus are in a nice little line of pressure. Not that windy, but they're three out and pushing along.
So ASCC's tack back in the middle to go back towards Point Piper. Balmain still going out to the left.
Finport going with ASCC.
Yandu going from side to side, and they've dropped back, Yandu. The Rag will be close to in front of those, as would Finport, but that's Balmain.
Smeg looking a bit better now. They've got some breeze again, Pete.
Yeah, they're starting to get up there. They'll still be close to the lead, I think.
Yeah.
So it's probably between Smeg, Sixth, and Lazarus, the top three.
There they are. So they're just pushing their way out of from the point at Double Bay. I would think that if they just tacked a little bit earlier while they still had some pressure, they'd be substantially in front here, but they just parked up for a little while. But lucky for them, they've just managed to pick up enough breeze to get themselves out of trouble.
Breeze only about 7 or 8 knots out of the east. Smeg starting to percolate along the shoreline, and I think he'll still lead.
Yeah, nice little bit of right-hand height. There is I can see a little puff coming towards Lazarus, which might be something that they can tack on and go back with a decent angle. Looks like they're just starting to head now, and there's a nice little bit of pressure. They're going to take that back. Here they go now. Might have gone another couple of boat lengths.
Smeg will lead.
There they are, Lazarus. They should be high on a bit of pressure. They probably could have pushed into that gust a little bit further, but they're okay.
And they'll be close to 6th. But Smeg just coming into the picture now.
So as I say, good hide out of the left with some pressure for Lazarus. While it lasts, they will head as they get over towards Smeg and 6.
So Shore and Partners and Yandu. Shore and Partners are in front of Yandu at the moment, but we'll concentrate on the leaders. It is Smeg. Smeg, Lazarus, 6th. That's the order. 3 of the young skippers from the Sydney fleet having a real day out here. Hard on their hammers, the New Zealander, ASCC.
Nathan McNamara wants to get on top of Lazarus there, and he is.
Yeah,
Don't want him to get on your right.
About 50 metres from this weather mark. Still a bit of snakes and ladders. There's little bits of highs and little bits of lows. So, what do they do here? Well, they jibe set last time and got it right. Not saying it's the way to go, but they did a fine job and got themselves into the lead last time.
Yeah, well, you could do it because there's a bit less traffic, but there is also a little bit of breeze just in front of the Camera Cat now, which they should be able to do a regular set, scoot out on, and then jibe back on and use that breeze to carry them down. Whether they've got eyes out of the boat here, sometimes you can concentrate on getting that kite up and not looking at what the breeze is doing.
Okay, well, Smeg laying. We'll have a quick look at the delta, which we often do, but it'll be tight.
For my money, a regular set and then a jibe is the way to go here. Looks like that's what they're going to do. There's just a bit of breeze on their shoulder.
It's a nice lead. Good set too. With your nose in front, things turn to gold.
They just need to get across this gust and jibe while they've still got some pressure.
Okay, Lazarus 2nd. The delta is 20 seconds.
Not bad, huh?
Pretty good.
Lazarus are going to jibe set.
Don't do anything silly, boys. They've just got a good position.
6 are going to follow.
Yeah, and out to the right, Smeg have already jibed. So Lazarus taking 6th up. Oh, don't play games, boys. Just consolidate a good position here.
Yeah, those two messing with themselves, each other, will only help Smeg, won't it?
ASCC will be 4th. Then Shore and Partners will be 5th. Well done, Emma. Then next will be Rag, then Balmain, then Yandu. Okay, ASCC is set. Bear away with a big tangle. Shore and Partners jibe set. Next will be Harry Price, Finn Rodowitz.
Oh, wine glasses.
Oh,
It looks like it's going to come out. Here it goes on the ASCC. There's
Max
Harry.
Paul around. Oh, there's a shift there. Shaw and Partner's got a beauty to get down with. The red spinnaker. There's the rag. Next will be Balmain. Come away from the pack. Then Yandu. And then Finport. So, there we go. Interesting times. Balmain around. Jibe set. Yandu around. What are they doing? Just a bear away, are they?
Jibe set.
Jibe set. Finport will be next, then Kitchen Maker, then Marine Outlet have improved their position somewhat. The Bigfoot will be next. They've fallen back a bit. They were well up early on.
Got a bit lost on that beat, didn't they? It's a shame.
Well, easy to do. Easy to do. So they're bound for the finish. And it's Smeg leading the fleet home. Can they maintain it? They've sailed a terrific race. Got a great start. Away they go. It's a VMG run. There's a lot of tricks down this run. You've got to join the wind dots up.
Yes, I don't think anything can stop them from winning this one now, Pete. But as we saw yesterday, anything can happen.
Yeah, we don't want commentators' curse here.
Yesterday we saw ASCC in a very creditable second place and ending up with a did not finish, only metres from the finish line. So.
Well, what we're seeing off camera, that's our friends in Smeg running in towards Clark Island, while Lazarus, who was second round, almost at Bradley's head, gone right out to the right of the course, looking downwind. Wow, that's a massive split. There's the leader. We're right with him. Not much wind, running at 6 or 7 knots. Few tricks downwind. All eyes on Nathan McNamara. Hold your cool and you'll do it, I think. What's going to happen to Lazarus? Now coming way in, hard in from the right, along with sixth. It's between these three. That's Lazarus and sixth. There's Bradley's head in the background. Can they run down Smeg? I don't think they can. Smeg's jibed at Clark Island on to starboard. There she is. There's Clark Island. Finishing line about 200 metres away.
Smeg not in a lot of pressure there, but it looks like they've got enough distance and it's not going to bother them.
I think you take the top off that bottle of champagne, Paul. They're looking pretty good. There's a great win. I won't get too ahead of myself, but I think they're pretty clean now. They've jumped away, sailed an outstanding race, especially downwind. They've nailed it both times. They'll run out and probably one and in, perhaps, just as long as the spectator ferry doesn't get in their way. Just scooting down the side of Clark Island now. Well, the finishing line's a fair way down still, but they've got a nice little jump. This will be a nice lead. What was it, 20 seconds at the windward mark? They've opened up here.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Yeah, one crew sitting in.
Yeah, Jed Cruikshank just squatting in the bottom of the boat while they try and get a little bit of depth.
Trying to get a jibe angle for Nathan to come across.
Still a fair way to a jibe here. Very, very, very light down this bottom end of the course. Very, very light. But the boys are just sailing a nice VMG angle there. Making sure they've just got a nice balance of speed and depth of angle. And that's second and third with Lazarus and sixth giving chase. But they're going to run out of runway. They're not going to be able to catch these guys.
One jive it in, that's what they're going for. Bound for victory.
Probably not far off a jive now. Just having a look under the boom. A little further. Here they go. Jibing now.
Well, the Speg name has won 3 JJs. One with Trevor Barnabas in 1997. In 2016, Lee Napton. And then in 2021, Michael Coxon. So this name is familiar with JJ's success, and all the success today belongs to Smeg. And Nathan McNamara coming in now. He's got about 20 metres to go. That's the finishing boy. Fantastic performance. They've opened up. This is going to be a big winning margin here for sure.
Have you got the hourglass ready there, Shippers?
Ready to go. There he is, got the hooter. Well done. Congratulations. And they're very happy, and why wouldn't they be? Nathan, Jed Cruikshank and Jack Taylor, outstanding performance. And they've absolutely blitzed the fleet today. Absolutely blitzed them to break the dominance of Yandu. So Smeg first. Daylight second at the moment.
They were very happy celebrating on
Well,
board.
why wouldn't you be? It's
Indeed, great racing from those 3.
So they're having a pretty good series. Previous to this, they've had an 8th, a 13th, a 5th and an 8th. So after today, we'll see what happens to the second race. I won't wonder what they might drop. But anyway, Lazarus holding off 6th for 2nd and 3rd. And Emma Rankin,
what a
wonderful.
beauty. Yeah.
She'll be 4th. At the moment, she's just crossed ahead of ASCC, but all eyes on Lazarus here. This was a good performance. These boys, after yesterday's disappointment, there's Lazarus coming. Just got a little jibing in. And 6th.
Come now, Lazarus.
There they go. They're across.
Waiting for the hooter, hopefully. There they go. Because as we say, we're not sure if anyone had broached that start.
So next will be 6th in 3rd spot. It's the crew of Jacob Marks, Alex Marinelli and Matt Doyle. Well done to those boys. Nice job. Well done. There's 6th is 3rd, then ASCC. Continuing their consistent performance. They'll just get across Shaw and Partners in 5th. Emma Rankin, well done. But the boat that's dropped off is Yandu. Boy, they're back now. They're behind Balmain, behind Rag and Famish, and close to Finport. So they'll be lucky to be in the top, well, they'll be on the top 10, but how things change. So next to finish will be between Balmain and Rag and Famish. Both now.
Balmain, I think, Pete.
Yeah, he's closer here to the finishing line, isn't he? So Shaw and Partners 5th. Next to come, there's Balmain. Very light again here. It's 6 knots, perhaps. Balmain got to keep going a bit further, boys. We on to Balmain.
Need a good job here, boys.
Oh, yeah, I think they'll do it. Balmain, come on, boys. Or come on, the Rag. Who's going to get it?
It's going to be close.
I think Balmain close to the committee boat. Yeah, Balmain narrowly over Rag. Well, they made a good comeback, Rag. Then Finport also made a good comeback to get into 8th spot. They'll be next across. There's Finport, and then Yandu will be 9th. Well, there you go. There you go, boys.
A 9th isn't bad when you've got 4 fourths in your pocket.
No.
4 firsts in your pocket.
Yeah, they'll well, that's very light, very light. Here they go, Yandu 9. And behind them with the off-mauve chute is the Bigfoot. Queenslanders in 10th. There's Yandu across. And then a real
tight bunch.
Yeah.
Kobe down at the pin end really need to push and get in front of these 4 boats. They need these points desperately.
Yeah, well, Bigfoot a 10. And I think Vycobi may do... Oh,
Yeah, it's going to be tight between them and the kitchen maker.
yeah, no, Vycobi, I think. No, yeah, Vycobi at the bow down now.
Yes.
Vycobi, kitchen maker, Allen,
I think
Allen, and then Marine Outlet. I missed anyone there? Kitchen maker, Marine, Allen.
one down at the pin end there is Noakes, Beck Hancock.
Oh, geez,
You can't write fast enough,
I
mate.
sort of a kitchen maker. Oh, I think Allen was there somewhere. Then Noakes, then Marine Outlet.
And the Akarana Eatery, mate,
Macarena, Italy.
where we'll be eating those free schnitties soon.
Yeah, yeah. So, did we get... we haven't seen SeaTech yet, have we?
No.
No.
They're deep. Very deep.
They're very deep.
As is the Black Knight, mate. Here comes Skiff Ropes Rockstar. And they'll be followed by the Honda Marine.
Well, a turn-up, really, for the books with Smeg upsetting the favourites with
Those
a
sorts
great
of conditions, aren't they? Actually, did you just stop that watch then, mate?
I did.
Oh.
I forgot to stop it at the finish.
No, well, would have liked to have kept it on because they've got 10 minutes.
Oh, right, yes.
And we're up to, I think we're up to 5 something.
Yeah. So the rule is, yes, you're right. If in the short races, the boats have got to finish within 10 minutes of the first boat, and if they don't, they're recorded as one place more than the last finisher. So this group will just, will they make it? Perhaps, maybe the last tail end. Charlie might not. Who we got next? Is that the Black Knights or the Black Spinnaker?
No, we've got the Goat Marine.
Who's this here?
That's Goat Marine,
Goat
Pete.
Marine,
and then that next Black Spinnaker, I think, is the Black Knight. And you can see the white Spinnaker above the Royal Oak that just jived.
That's
SeaTech. SeaTech, yeah.
Wow, he's deep.
Very, mate. Very.
So there's one ahead of these two. It's the Goat. You'll see him in a moment coming in on starboard jibe as the Black Knight jibes. There's the Goat from Goat Marine from UK. That's the team of Luke Gobble, Cam Barr and James Taylor. It's Goat Marine. They're 19th. And above them is the Black Knight. Oh, 20th. That's a bad one for them. They'd already had one bad one, so that's another bad one for them. Then Wealth. There's Black Knight. There's Goat. Then the Black Knight. Wealth just getting across in front of the Royal Oak with a red chute. There's the Royal Oak Four Pines with a green chute. Now, will the rest make the time cut off?
We're still getting hooters, Pete. I started my watch after you turned yours off. I reckon you would have been at about 6.5, and we're coming up to 2 minutes on top of that. So I think this lot might just scrape in.
So next will be SeaTech, I think. SeaTech will be next, 23rd.
Ouch.
Yeah. And then the yellow Spinnaker down belongs to the 18-footer bar and restaurant. They could be next. There's a few boats barrelling in on starboard here that'll make things interesting.
The Heffler House. Pace. Burrawang.
Heffler will get next. Yes. Then 18-footers. Then Burrowang. And who's that other one there? Is that Gotcha for Life?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's all she wrote, I think. No more skiffs to come. So here we are, race 5 completed. Smeg, Nathan McNamara, Jed Cruikshank and Jack Taylor outsailed a wonderful race. Congratulations to them. They are the winners of the heat. Lazarus, Tom Cunich, Josh Feldman and Paddy Bannon second, and sixth. Team of Jacob Marks, Alex Marinelli and Matt Doyle third. ASCC, Shaw and Partners, Balmain, Rag 7th, Finport 8, Yandu 9, Bigfoot 10. So what do we make of all that?
Well, that sort of throws a ball, well, not all the balls up in the air, but it throws a few balls up in the air. You know, real disappointing races from particularly Black Knight and SeaTech. Obviously, Black Knight got caught up at the start there, hit the committee boat, had infringed on Rag and Famish and did a penalty turn after the start, put them behind the 8 ball, but they obviously couldn't find their way back through. But, you know, although Yandu was back a bit, all they need is consistent results in the top group to stay in the hunt. And but fantastic result there for Nathan McNamara and the team on Smeg. Deserved win. They sailed really well all the way through there, and also the team on Lazarus. Great racing from them, and six. You know, those guys handled that shifty light air very, very well. They looked like they were in a little bit of trouble when they dug deep into Double Bay there, and things weren't looking too good for them for a bit, but they just managed to sniff out a little gust that got them out of there really just in the nick of time. So, and then Nathan did that regular set at the top mark on a gust, got across, jibed onto it. The other guys who jibed set kind of ran out of breeze there under the point. So very well sailed.
Well, we'll wait for the second race today, the 6th heat. Once that's completed, you can drop your worst performance. But so that will start, the things will start to move around a bit after today's final race. And fantastic result for Shaw and Partners, says Mick Ralph. Yeah, we agree with that. Very well done. Julie Bevan says well done to the Allen. Yep, we agree with that. And well done, Emma, also. Yandu drops this one well. We'll see. We'll see. Yandu and Herman have vanished. Yeah, that's correct. They have vanished. Not sailing this year. Olivia Dameron says there's a helicopter. Is it landing on us, Jimmy, that helicopter? No. Well, there's two of them.
No, two Navy choppers.
Well, after the very good performance of Emma Rankin today in the Shaw and Partners, before the start, I had a quick word to her in the park, and this is what Emma had to say.
You had a good start to the series in the top 10. That's good, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. That's been the aim. So it's been really good. Yeah, we are, yeah.
So just a bit about your background. Where did you grow up start sailing?
Yeah, so I grew up in Pillwater, and I sailed there out of Byra, and I was sailing like PJs and...
Well, Emma, you've had a good start to the series in the top 10. That's good, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. That's been the aim. So it's been really good.
Well, you're there so far.
Yeah, we are, yeah.
So just a bit about your background. Where did you grow up start sailing?
Yeah, so I grew up in Pillwater, and I sailed there out of Byra, and I was sailing PJs and NS14 with Mark Thor, and then a 49er after that, and then some catamaran sailing, and then saw the shout out from the 18s, you know, to last year, and then yeah, that's fun.
So this is your second season in the 18s?
It is, yeah.
How are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's
tough, isn't it?
It's really tough. It's hard because, you know, I haven't. Last year the club really supported me. They, you know, they had my crew organised for me, and I had Cameron Donald and Tom Quigley, and they were great. They taught me a huge amount about the boat. And then this year, I haven't had them on board, and I've been having fill-ins every week, and it's been tough. And then,
but now you've got Joel Turner.
I do, yeah.
With Brandon Binding.
Yep.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah,
good
yeah.
crew.
Yes,
and it shows, doesn't it?
It does
been going
show.
well.
I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah.
And Maritimo Group have come aboard to help you, haven't they?
They have indeed. Yeah. So Michael Spees, who is, you know, part of that organisation, he has come on board for the JJs, and sort of trying to foster a partnership between Shore Partners and Maritimo, and sort of the finances that goes behind buying the boats, and that's sort of where the partnership has come out.
He hasn't slowed you down, has he?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, no. He's well into it.
Absolutely.
He's great at managing these sort of things.
Yeah.
He's pretty accomplished himself. He's won a JJ.
Exactly.
Or two, I think.
That's right. Yeah.
So,
well, anyway, you're doing a great job out there, Emma. Keep it up, and good luck for the rest of the series.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, back on the race course, you've just seen the AP come down. It was hoisted for a couple of minutes, but it's still light. Breeze is here for the 6th heat, which we hope to get underway shortly. And the breeze is probably 6 or 7 knots, still out of the east, and I would think the course would be pretty similar. Have we got in course there on the back of the committee boat, Jimmy? It's still 090, is it?
It looks that way to me.
Yeah. And the harbour is a bit clear of race yachts. They're all finishing, I think, or nearing a finish. So a little clear runway, but it is light. Boy, it's light.
Yeah, it looks like it's just dropped off a couple of knots, Pete, but at least we won't have as many boats chopping up.
No.
The breeze will help
anyway.
a little. But yeah, definitely we're down, looking like we're down to about 6 knots in the starting area at the moment. 5 minutes has gone up now. The Wild Oats 10 motoring in to have a little bit of a look at the start in behind us.
So, Julie Bevan, hello to you. I just realised you said you're a proud mum and dad. Well, I assume, looking at the crew list on Alan UK, there's a Daniel Bevan on the crew. I would assume that is your son. So, well done to him. They had a good race today. It's a beautiful day on the harbour if you want to sunbake, but it's not too good for sailing. It's very light. But nonetheless, we're going to get a race underway, and if you just joined us, that first race today was won convincingly by Smeg from Lazarus and 6th.
Couple of Lake Macquarie friends watching after finishing work early. We got Jody Shields up there in Wanji and Bretto Davis up in Belmont. Afternoon, fellas.
And we've got a 2-lapper again at 090 at the same course as the first race. 3:30 to go. The countdown is on, and it's light again. So, will we see another winner? Will we see Smeg get 2 in a row? Can Yandu get back to their winning form? Can Rag and Famish come out of the pack and gain their first win of the series? Or will someone else surprise? Will Finport continue his consistent form, but ASCC's been close or thereabouts? Balmain also. But so I wouldn't like to pick a winner in this afternoon's final race in this light airs. There's not much breeze at all. It'd be 5 or 6 knots. See them just lining up with 2:50 on the clock.
You know, I know Henry Larkins and the Balmain guys are quick in these conditions. They're just not quite getting out of the box. So I'd like to see them get a decent start this next race and
See what they can
see
do.
what they can do. Show us what they can do. Yeah.
So it's which way do you go? Do you go hard into the left to Bradley's or hard in the right to Double Bay Clark Island? It seemed to pay the right last couple of times in the first race.
I think just not hard right. They took it a bit too far last time. I think the track that the Lazarus sailed on that second beat is about the sweet spot. Getting over to the right, but not getting too extreme right where you're going to run out of breeze.
Yeah, they were middle and right, weren't they?
Yeah.
Whereas a few boats hit the corners. Yandu and Drag went right out into the left-hand corner.
A couple did both, Pete.
Yeah, chasing a few rainbows there. Minute 40, sixth heat. Second race today. Smeg, the winner of the first one. Going for the AJ Reynolds Trophy. Today's sponsor Vycobi and the series sponsor, the winning group. And we're lining up, and we don't have a black flag. We had a general recall in the first start today. Then the black flag was hoisted. See the rag down towards the leeward end with a minute 12 to go.
Yeah, they're looking at the pin end with Lazarus. Shaw and Partners down there as well, along with sixth. Up at this top end.
Yandu, hard up here.
Yeah, Yandu, ASCC, Vycobi, Smeg. Royal Oak coming in late to windward there. They might run out of room there. No, they might be all right. C-Tech caught up at this top end too. Yeah. They've had to tack. They're going to have a collision with the Heffler house here if they're not careful.
Few boats. Shaw and Partners came across the line on port. She's tacked back onto starboard. It's rag right down the pin end. 25 to go. The Royal Oak right at the committee boat end. Rag and Famish down the leeward end with Burrowang. Oh, a bit of yelling starting. That's always a good sign.
Gee, they're a bit late pulling the trigger here, some of them.
Well, they're nervous. 8 seconds. Starting to wind up. I think at the moment they're clean.
Yeah, they're a long way up and off at the boat end.
Yeah. I think all good. Great start down the pin by Rag and Famish. Looks heavily favoured the pin at the moment.
Does.
Look at Yandu on starboard at the committee boat end. She's just pointing at the boats down to leeward. Got to get out of there soon, I would think. Balmain in the middle, but it's the Rag and Lazarus and Burrowang down the pin end. Few boats got absolutely hammered up here at the top end, one of which was the Black Knight. He's in row Z. The Goat coming across on port has done well, but we're off. We're off on the first beat of a 2-lapper. And it's the Rag in Famish. It's got a terrific start down the port end. Is leading that group. There's the Rag there. Just above him, I think, is the Lazarus, is it?
It is, yeah. And to leeward of them, not sure who that is to leeward of the Rag, but they're just falling off.
It's finding clear air. That's what the key, the first key. And then once you get clear air to find the pressure, there's not much of it. Yandu reasonably prominent in the middle of the line. But the boats down to leeward look the strongest. There's Yandu now.
Just starting to lift out a little bit. They were nearly pointing at Rag and Famish's stern at one point there. So
I think Rag would probably tack and cross the fleet. He looks very strong. He got that right, Harry Price, that's for sure. Pin favoured. He got the pin, he and Lazarus.
Rag tacking now.
Okay, it was a nice position he's got. He's in control of this race at the moment.
Just narrowly crosses Lazarus. But he should cross everyone else comfortably.
Well ahead of Yandu. Yeah, the pin heavily favoured by that result. So the Rag in front. The boats that went right, they don't look too good at all. There's no one down there that's going to affect him at the moment.
The boat I couldn't see before that was to leeward of Lazarus and the Rag and Famish was Beck Hancock in the Noak. So she started at the pin end well and has done well out of there. Beck has a fairly small mainsail though, and so they're a light crew, but in this really light conditions that might hurt them a little bit.
So the Rag has got a massive lead only a couple of minutes after the start. Gee, that's impressive.
They need a result, Pete. They really need a good result.
They were 7th in the first race today. They've absolutely gapped them. So Yandu's stuck back in the pack. The Rag's tacked.
Yeah, well, now that he's in front, he just wants to keep himself between the opposition and his competitors. Doesn't want to go out too far to a corner.
There's Yandu in the shot. Oh, it doesn't look too flash there. So Lazarus has finally tacked right under Bradley's. So he's the only boat at the moment that could threaten Rag and Famish. Rag's not coming back on anything great. The ferry coming down from Circular Quay to Manly. The fleet will have to give way to him. What's the breeze here, Dole? It's just 6 knots, isn't it? At best?
It's light and it has shifted a little bit left, I think.
Simon Nern on the Burrowang. He's going right into Bradley's. Burrowang Hotel. Young Henry's, Simon, son Max and Tom Quigley. Looking pretty nice. There's 6th. They were good performance first heat today with a 3rd. So Rag off camera tacked under Lazarus.
Yeah, I think he might have narrowly had Lazarus, but chose to. You certainly don't want to take someone stern in that situation, so better to tack underneath them and lead them over.
So these boats that are in to Bradley's have got to keep an eye on this ferry. See the ferry almost at Bradley's head.
Fresh water. So I wonder if our friend Mr. Barnett's driving the fresh water today.
There's the overhead shot. There's a fast ferry coming round Bradley's. He won't interfere. But the boats in the left are going back on nothing great. Maybe a little bit more pressure. There's someone going right into Double Bay again. Who's that? Is that the kitchen
maker, Pete? Yeah.
Sixth has been knocked around by the ferries, had to tack.
Yeah, ASCC, I don't know what he's going to do here. Is he going to tack?
No, he's just going to
tack, I think. There he goes. Because if he'd gone through behind that freshwater class, there's a
big turbulence.
There's another ferry coming on the other side. There it is there. Double whammy. Would have been like Waimea Bay.
What have we got? We've got in the middle of the fleet. The 2 girl skippers are right in there.
They certainly are.
Beck Hancock and Emma Rankin. And Burrowang, he's there. Simon Nern. They've worked up the left and in the middle. And right in Double Bay, the kitchen maker. So he can come out on anything decent. He'll be in good shape. But at the moment, it's the Noakes team. Beck Hancock, Cam Walker and Ben Kirkby. Very prominent. There's Emma Rankin and the Shaw and partners. Joel Turner and Brandon Bayek. They're looking good.
Joel Turner's made a difference joining that team.
He sure has.
Yep.
Emma alluded to that in the interview. She said things just starting to come together at the right time in the last week or so. So it's close. It's all tight. Rag coming out.
Look at the kitchen maker.
He's the leader. Kitchen maker is the leader. Went hard into the right and got it. Nailed it.
And tacked in time that he didn't run out of breeze.
Yeah, he didn't go too far.
He got out of there in time. Maybe a lesson learnt from seeing what happened in the last race.
We're halfway up the first beat of this second race today, Heat 6 of the championship. Okay, Noakes just went behind the rag. Just.
Yeah, and Simon Nern's not going to cross rag, so he's had to tack.
Okay, there's the kitchen maker. The left of screen. There's Noakes going back in the middle on port. There's kitchen maker. And reasonably clear air. There's a few yachts still finishing the Wednesday afternoon race, but good pressure again up here at the gap between Shark Island and Point Piper. But that's kitchen maker doing it in fine style. Kitchen maker 12th in the first race today. Oh, Yandu's coming back. Oh, they're nothing great again. Taking the stern there of the Black Knight. So they've got a bit of work to do here, Yandu, to get in the top few.
As long as they can stay in that sort of, top 5 would be great, but if they can stay in sort of the top 10, just keep banking half decent results.
No.
Okay, so you can see there Yandu and Rag and Famish comparable speeds, and you can see they're pretty even there at the moment. Little bit, they do flip around a bit. They're pretty even. Can't really take much between them. I just checked our wind readings. We're at about 8 knots as an average, 7-8 knots. G'day to Phil Yeomans and family at Deck Hardware. Apparently we're interrupting their work.
Nice way to be interrupted, I hope.
They're glued to the sailing.
Well, they're glued to this boat, kitchen maker. Getting in towards Point Piper, tacking now.
Gee, pretty handy lead they've established here, Pete.
They have, haven't they? Everyone's been fighting amongst themselves, but they've
he's
sailed their own race.
He's just tacked on a nice little puff there. He's not great for height, but he's got good pressure.
Wow, we're seeing a few upsets here, that's for sure. And when I say Shaw and Partners, probably second or third. Well, Shaw and Partners supported by the Maritimo Group, which is really lifted their performance here. Michael Spees is the Shaw manager. And Wind Whisperer, he calls himself. But Joel Turner and Brandon Byank have really got into their work nicely, but it's all kitchen maker at the moment. Sailing out very, very well. Going in towards, Shark Island, and they're about 80 metres downwind of this windward mark. They round to port. It's the first of 2 beats. There's Shaw and Partners and Yandu. Wealth, Shaw and Partners, Lazarus, 6th. Lazarus dropped the back a little. They were well advanced down the left-hand side of the track, but it obviously wasn't the way to go. Kitchen Maker showed them the way. They went fairly hard into the right, didn't go all the way, and then just kept on keeping on. So they'll have a handy lead. Just going out to try and get onto a starboard tack lay line, not far off it.
There you can see the chasing pack, ASCC and Yandu. Who else have we got there? Looks like, I know Harry's off to the left in a reasonable position coming out from the moorings. Smeg's there as well. Beck Hancock coming in from the left, sort of trailing in Emma Rankin, which is a really good effort from Beck. As I said, she runs a slightly smaller amount of sail area because they're quite light, and she's just crossed behind Rag and Famish there. Great effort from Beck and the crew.
Okay, well, Kitchen Maker's on his way.
Keegan York sneaking in from the right-hand side in a pretty good position too. Now, he's just passing behind Rag and Famish.
Yeah, we
There
haven't
they are
seen
there.
much of him up this beat.
Yeah, he
Oh,
got out
Keegan.
on that left-hand side. Surprisingly, he's come back from it not too badly.
So who's second? We're going to have Shaw and Partners, I think, and Rag probably third, or Rag's going to try and tack short.
I think he
Is he?
will. Or they just
No.
consolidate.
Just gonna take
they'll
the
go
stern.
behind her. Emma looks like she's a bit tight on this lay line, so they've got a crew member in. She's just squeezing to get up there. They're okay now.
Brandon's in the array, and it's a 40-second delta. That's pretty impressive. Okay, Shaw and Partners round second. Rag will be third. Oh, Yandu, they're way deep. So Rag is a good performance. Best so far, they're third. Next will be Finport. He's extracted himself nicely to be fourth. Then Noakes. Oh, Yandu's just going tacking back and forward. No wind. Okay, Noakes is around.
And now they're getting
Then
bounced.
Welch. Oh,
You go down. Sorry, Pete.
Yandu bounced by a couple of
Yeah.
couple more starboard tackers.
Welch around. ASCC, then Balmain. Oh, just around the outside of the Black Knight. Balmain not in good shape there.
Run out of air.
Yeah, they can kiss the mark, they can't tow it. Then Burrowing round the outside of them, then Yandu around the outside of them, Smeg round the outside of them. All four together. Smeg won the first race today. Then the Höfler House. He's around. And then Sixt, then Lazarus, then Vycobi.
Gee, Pete, only a couple of minutes ago, Lazarus were in the mix.
Yes, they were. Looking from our vantage spot here, we can see in the distance Kitchen Maker's jibed off back onto port. Looks as though he's still got a commanding lead. Lazarus have jibed set. There's the Bigfoot around next behind Vycobi. And C-Tech, just around, followed by Honda. Then Marine Outlet, not having the greatest of days. And the Akarana Eatery. But that's the group, the pack really running down on starboard.
Marine Outlet have got the mark.
Oh, is that a toe or a kiss? No, it's a kiss.
We'll call it a kiss. It looked like it was going to be a toe.
Victorians, haven't seen much of them today. Akarana Eatery.
Skiff ropes.
Skiff ropes. And then the couple are the Goat and Allen, the two UK boats. And then someone still to come is
18-footers bar and grill and the Oak.
And Gotcha for Life. And that's the leader. It's a lonely voyage for him at the moment. He's well kicked clear. Or kicked well clear, whichever way you want to term it. And it's a light run. Breeze, nothing more than 6 knots. Maybe spiked to 7 at best. But generally that 5 to 6 range. Just a very slow VMG run. So you could pick up some placings down here by a few trick manoeuvres by trying to find the wind.
Gee, it's got really soft though, Pete. I reckon it's down to about 5 knots now. Very, very soft. And the further we're getting down the track, the softer it's getting.
So the order as we're looking at it, that's second and perhaps third. Shaw and Partners second, the Rag third, to Kitchen Maker in the lead. Just see how slow the progress is. One guy sitting in, 2 on the wire.
There's the Rag and Emma on the Shore and Partners, just trying to soak a bit of depth in these really light conditions. Back on the Kitchen Maker. There's Yandu.
Going towards the western side of Point Piper. You can see one crew in, Fang Warren City in the boat, Louis Brake and Tom Needham on the wire.
That's a fair comparison here between Yandu and kind of next to each other.
Not far off a jibe, Yandu. There they go. So across ahead of them will be Finport. There's Finport. So Yandu have got themselves up perhaps to about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 perhaps.
Yeah, and they just jibed onto a nice little puff there, Pete. You could see Fang eyes out of the boat the whole time, then looking for that next vein of breeze.
And way in the distance over Bradley's head is Balmain, I think. They've gone way out to the right looking downwind.
Yeah, right over at Bradley's.
Looking for something, because they were pretty deep there.
Miracle card is what they're looking for.
They've certainly got clear air, but whether it's in the right direction and the right strength, well, remains to be seen. So meanwhile, back at the ranch, it's Shore and Partners second. There's, in the distance, that's Balmain. In the foreground is Finport. That's the Red Spinnaker, Shore and Partners, and Rag to the left.
They've just picked up that little bit of right-hand pressure that we saw Yandu jibe
yeah, it's not great,
before.
though. It's not great.
Oh, they're Kitchen Maker very soft over the other side. So these guys are carrying depth.
In the middle of the track, that white Spinnaker, top left, that's Finport. He's probably got the best pressure at the moment. Behind him is Yandu, and then in the foreground, Shore and Partners and the Rag. Just starting to get the bow down. They're about 2/3 the way down this first VMG run to the gate.
I'm saying, Pete, I really think that Emma Rankin and Harry here have on
Closed
Shore
up.
and Partners.
They've
and
absolutely
Rag.
closed up.
They've carried just a little bit of pressure, but more importantly, depth. Depth of angle VMG towards the mark.
They're sailing very smart on the Shore and Partners. Very nice job.
Their bows are just starting to come up a bit now, but
The Kitchen Maker coming in from the right. He doesn't look very fast at all.
soft.
See him in a moment. And I think they've closed the gap. There he is.
Emma with a bit more. She needs this yacht to get out of her way. That'd help.
She's got the bow down too. Rag's bow up. Shore and Partners bow down. It's going to be very close. Shore and Partners on star, but I think Kitchen Maker, no, it's going to be close. I think Emma's going to get across here.
Well, she has right. So
yeah, I think Shore and Partners across. So she leads. Boy, or girl, oh, girl. Fantastic effort. That is a very impressive performance downwind. So Kitchen Maker's still on port. Now we've got a real go here at this gate. Which side do you go? Oh, Kitchen Maker's jibed in nothing. Very light. You can see the overhead. There's not much breeze here at all. It's all but collapsed, but this lightweight crew on Shore and Partners, it's favouring them. I think
very light at the bottom end of the course.
I think you'd go for the right gate, would you?
Yeah,
Get
I
out
agree,
into the
Pete.
midstream, I think. Bit clearer air. That's where she's going. I think there's the gate. Right-hand gate. Approach it with a nice little lead. So Kitchen Maker, the big loser there, went from first to third. Anyway, still in the mix, very much so. Shore and Partners. Pressure on Brandon. Come on, Brandon, you can do it. It's light air. Don't drop it in the water, boys. Oh, that's okay. Oh, right, yep.
It's coming down.
Yep. Let's get that little tail in, and there we go. And we're off. 5 knots of wind pressure. Rag second, just ahead of the Kitchen Maker. Kitchen Maker have to go round the outside. Rag's got room there. And then that's second and third. And it looks the way they're going is where the pressure is, I think. So we've got fourth will be Finport, closely followed by Yandu.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty close between those two.
I think you've got to take this right-hand mark looking down.
Yeah, you do.
It's much closer.
It's advanced up the harbour in distance.
Yandu jibing, yep, they've seen that. It's where they made the mistake the last time. They went to the left-hand mark and it cost them plenty. It just probably could have got another boat length here. They're pretty soft and square coming in here. And the boat behind them is ASCC. So Yandu and Finport have got themselves ahead of ASCC. It'll be a late drop on the Yandu. They're trying to get every metre out of this course now to get advanced onto Finport. So Spinnaker down. They're still a bit short. There they go on the wind. Just bobbling around here.
I've noticed today that Yandu have got that very little luff tension on that headsail. It's wrinkled up, trying to get maximum power out of that headsail. So they're obviously still wanting for some as much power as they can get into the boat as possible in this light air.
ASCC around, and then Lazarus and Balmain next to. Balmain a little bit overcooked here, undercooked. He's just getting down now. So everyone fighting for this right-hand mark, looking downwind. Balmain, Lazarus, Noakes, then Smeg. Oh, it's light here. Drop that spinnaker and the breeze just collapses with your speed down. But okay, Balmain up and going. So they'd be 5th, 6th, 7th. Lazarus 8, Noakes 9, and Smeg rounding out the top 10. So the final beat of today's final race, the 6th heat.
The final beat's going to take a while, Pete.
And the final run's not going to be too spectacular either. So Noakes is around, the other lady skipper. And there's Smeg. Won the first race today, still in reasonable position. Then Wealth from Queensland. They're another good day for those boys. Then Marine Outlet is after them. That's the red spinnaker on Wealth, blue spinnaker on Burrowang. Above them, Marine Outlet, Honda. Oh, and the Black Knight are deep as also. He said this morning he doesn't like the light weather, he much prefers the fresher air, so we're not seeing much of the fresher air today. So, majority of the fleet all going out on starboard towards Bradley's Head. That's where they want to go. No one's rolled the dice and gone to the right as yet. Oh, a couple have. Lazarus has tacked. He likes it in on the right. It's a lonely voyage over there for him at the moment. Everyone going out to the left.
We've got the Kitchen Maker right over here on Clark Island,
yeah,
Pete.
He's gone into the right also. Well, he did well last time. He doesn't look too bad, actually.
Yeah, he just needs to hook onto a bit of right-hand pressure.
5-degree right-hander or a 1 knot lift in breeze, and could be smelling the roses here.
Yeah, but he hasn't got it at the moment.
No, be patient.
We have seen that breeze clock to the right up here.
You've got to be patient.
I think it's a good gamble.
Absolutely. Absolutely it is. There's the opposite side of Bradley's. That's Shore and Partners. Just tacking. Tacking angles are pretty wide in this light air. Oh.
Yeah, if I was Lachlan Steele, I'd just look for a little pressure and actually go for another bite back to the right. He's put all his eggs in one basket.
One crucible, but there's Noakes there in the middle. The left is Rag. And they're both pointing at each other, really, the Kitchen
they
Maker
are.
and Noakes. Shaw and Partners. I think, oh, gee.
Kitchen Maker with a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, only... Yeah, it is light. We keep saying it, but it is super light.
But he is bowed down. I'd be looking to get back again.
So this is the final beat of the final race today, but it looks as though Shaw and Partners getting a bow up slowly. Rag in touch, very much so. I think Shaw and Partners looks the goods at the moment. There she is.
Now Lachlan's just starting to pick up a bit of right-hand pressure. If he'd taken a little chip back earlier...
It's close.
Yeah.
The ferry going to split them here. Fast ferry.
He's going to be right in the hunt here, Lachlan Steele.
He's gone back again. So off camera, right on the lighthouse at Bradley's is Rag and Famish. He's nicely ahead of Finport and Yandu, probably two main contenders at this stage, early stage, along with ASCC.
Harry looking for that left shift. So there's a left shift on the left and a right shift on the right.
Shaw and Partners is bow down here.
Yeah, bouncing from one side to the other is not what you want to be doing. You want to commit. I would have loved to have seen Lachlan coming back to this side earlier, but at least he's coming back to this side now. That right-hand side. Just needs to find himself a header and one to tack on high on starboard, lead him up to this top mark.
Well, there's a big supporter of the Kitchen Maker, says hello to us, and I'm sure she says, great to see the Kitchen Maker doing well. Go, boys. Vianney McCracken, I presume related to Darcy, who's with Jerome Watts and Lockie Steele. They're doing a fine job. You must be very proud of them at the moment. They're vying for the lead. And the breeze is probably a little bit better looking upwind of this weather mark. That's the overhead on Shaw and Partners. One string only. Now two. She's a little flyweight.
And now Harry on the rag is bow down, pointing towards
advantage Kitchen Maker.
Emma Rankin Stern. If Lachlan here can hook onto a bit of a header to tack on.
There's not much where he's coming.
No, there's not, Pete. It's very patchy over here, isn't it? Can't really push too far in here. There he goes now. He's tacking.
Oh, it's light. It's light. Just getting going now. Foyle's getting a grip. Away he goes. But Shaw and Partners will cross. Where's the rag? He's down there too somewhere.
Yeah, he's behind the Kitchen Maker. We can't quite see him. There he is.
Well, no, it's close. Kitchen Maker just getting a bit of bow up.
Yeah, a bit of right-hand pressure.
Shaw and Partners will lead. Hold your nerve, Emma. This is good sailing. Really gutsy sailing for these teams. Shaw and Partners lead. Looks like the rag's got himself up to second. Kitchen Maker not going back on a good one at all.
No.
He's pointing at the rag now. The rag at the left paid there. Oh, now Kitchen Maker's got a bit of pressure. Probably a bit too late. Maybe did he go too far? I don't know.
Yeah, they were just a bit out of phase, unfortunately, but they're hanging in there. Still a solid third place.
Just getting word through, Pete, that they're moving the finish line up the course as we speak.
Well, hopefully that doesn't cause confusion. I'm sure they'll notify them at the top mark.
Well, they have to, Dolph.
Yes,
they're
we know
shortening
that.
or lengthening courses.
We know that, Jimmy.
Oh.
But will they? I'm sure Hugh's all over it. I'm just a bit worried there is a boat up there, yeah. It's just I couldn't see a boat up there, but there is a boat, just was blending in with the moored boats.
Okay, well, it's the race leader, Rag second. Close for third between the Kitchen Maker and Finport. Yandu probably fifth at this stage. But there's Rag. He's come out of the pack well. Started brilliantly down at the pin end and maintained that top three position throughout. As Finport, he's coming through too. Oh, Keegan, he's sailing very well. So they're tightening things up at the top of the scoreboard, which is good for the contest. But Shaw and Partners doing it nicely.
Now, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves here, Pete, but I've been around 18-footers for quite a long time, and I'm not sure a female skipper has won a heat of the JJ Giltinans before. The only possibility would have been Adrian Carlin, but Adrian didn't get to sail too many JJ Giltinans because of the Grand Prix era. Maybe an 18-footer historian out there might be able to tell us, but there's not one that I can remember, mate.
I know Kath Farr won the Australian 12-foot skiff championship. At least a heat.
We're racing 18-footers here.
Yeah,
mate.
but I'm just wondering whether I don't think she got up to 18s. No, I don't think Kath Farr did. But anyway, someone may let us know. It's a high probability that a female skipper hasn't won a heat. But that could all change. We won't put the hex on it yet.
No.
We're watching
It'd
Finport.
be awesome to see, especially after
that's
last
close.
year.
Yep.
We saw Sarah Lee win the 16-footer national championship. Girls in sailing, they're making some big inroads. Where's Steamer when you need him, Jimmy? Our 18-footer historian.
He'll bob up somewhere with a photo.
He'll be at Munno's table by now at Manly Skiff Club. 4:30 is their normal walk-in time.
The table of knowledge. Yeah.
Okay, remembering that Shaw and Partners is the old Tech 2 that performed with great success. But they're
With Jack McCartney.
with Jack, and they're doing exceptionally well. Yeah, the answer a viewer's question. The JJs do award individual heat winners with trophies, and when there's a day like today, it's the best boat on the day. They win the AJ Reynolds Trophy. Yesterday was the Alan Cole Trophy, and tomorrow, with one race only, it's the Bill Miller Trophy. We've got a bit of history about Billy Miller tomorrow to bring to you. And then the Cliffy Monkhouse Trophy was on Sunday, and the George Calligaris Trophy was on the first day. A Big Kite Memorial on Saturday, and then the ribbon and the JJ Trophy on Sunday. But a lot of racing to go between now and then.
Right on cue. The rib is now in place to give them the sound signal and the change of course board, shortening the course, as Jimmy mentioned.
Hope they know what it means. Well, this has got close here. The rag has closed right up. So this run is going to be a rather nervous run for them all. So Shaw Partners, you can see, is that Brandon standing up at the mast or Joel?
Yeah, right up at the mast.
Yeah.
Really squeezing to get to this
Yeah,
mark.
sort of rocket around. I think that's Brandon, Joel, and Emma. There they go, tight lay. Okay.
Oh, they've hooked the mark.
No. Oh,
what timing to do that?
no,
My
I'll pay
goodness,
that. That's all
they're
right. That's a
off.
kiss. It's a kiss. It's okay. Okay, now the jibe setting. Finport round the outside of Rag. Rag's got all the rights. Boy Room, Rag, and then Finport. Emma's doing a turn. Oh, dear,
no,
dear.
No.
Did she have to? I suppose she thought play safe.
I suppose she's thinking that she dragged it. I'm
Yeah.
not sure. They did have to physically reach out and remove the mark from the wing.
They're still safe in third, but Kitchen Makers got themselves back to fourth. Well, they're fourth. Next, is this Lazarus coming in fifth?
Yeah, it is, Pete.
Then sixth will be Yandu, I think. Oh, poor old Emma and the Shaw and partners. Okay, Lazarus around in a good little puff for Tom Kunich. He's going to jibe. All the boats have jibed except Shaw and partners because they got tangled up with the mark. They did a penalty turn. And Rag leaves Finport. Wow, that opened the gate there. I think they just got a bit casual on that mark and thought they were there. And all of a sudden it's been towed along. But the next around will be Yandu. There's Yandu. So we're in for a thrilling finish. No doubt about it. And remembering, the leg has been shortened. This leg to the finish has been shortened. They've brought the finishing line closer to the windward mark. That's the message. I'm sure all the crews will recognise that. They're getting a signal and whistle from a rib station at the weather mark. So after Yandu in sixth is ASCC, then Balmain, then Smeg. Good day outing for those boys. But anyway, back to the ranch for this leading group. Jibing off, Point Piper in light air. Rag leads, Finport narrowly. Then Kitchen Maker. Then way out to the right is Shaw and Partners.
Yeah, unfortunately in very little breeze out there at the moment, Pete. What a shame.
That was a absolute catastrophe for Shaw and Partners, hitting that windward mark, towing it a little and extracting themselves. One of the crew had to extract themselves. Just light here again here at Point Piper, very light. And this is the run to the finish. Look at Lazarus, he's on Point Piper in almost no wind at all. Fleet just bobbing downwind.
A little bit of a jibing duel between
Finport and Rag. Finport trying to have a piece of him. You wouldn't want to mix with Keegan. Okay, so Lazarus not out of this. They're down on the western side of Point Piper. But there's the Rag leading narrowly. Finport going to the right, looking downwind. Game on.
Jibing now. Finport jibing out to leeward of Shaw and Partners
come in with a bit of pace up. There's the red spinnaker of Shaw and Partners, still third, but Lazarus going across, also making things interesting. Not over by a long shot this race.
There's so little wind every time they jibe, they're coming to a stop, no matter what their technique is, how good their technique is. They're just, every jibe is expensive.
Yep. So that's Lazarus. And behind them, there's Shaw and Partners, the red chute. Lazarus across Shaw and Partners. So Lazarus third, Shaw and Partners four. And breathing down their exhaust pipe is Kitchen Maker. He's got a bit of gas going too, but Finport now light. Just see the spinnakers collapsing.
The Rag probably got the best of it at the moment.
Yeah,
they're
going towards Double Bay.
They need to find something to get back on though, Pete. There's a little bit of breeze coming out of Double Bay at the moment, but I don't know how long it's going to last.
He looks strong at the moment, the Rag. He just needs a bit of pressure and a bit of a lift that he can jibe on.
Harry, Max, and Finn could really use a win to boost their confidence too. Get them back in the winning headspace. You know.
Okay, there they go, and it's going to be an easy. Oh, it's a nice
Yeah, a little
jibe
bit of
they've got,
breeze,
a
little bit of pressure.
Well done. Well done. Well seen. They look good. Battens are through. We've seen that finishing line. Okay, it's shortened up by about a couple of 100 metres off the northern side of Clark Island. Well, Kitchenmaker's got himself in the third spot, just in front of Shaw and Partners. Lazarus going out to the right. Yandu going out to the right. There's Yandu. There's Finport in very light air. Here comes Shaw and Partners in good gas, running down Finport, as is Kitchenmaker. But Rag's gone. He's away. He's away to the races. I think he's going to do it. Great performance. Really led from start to finish, although he got behind a little bit. He got the start, jumped him out ahead of the fleet. A few boats got to him, but he stayed strong. In that last beat, he was up at the weather mark in great shape. Then Shaw and Partners hit the weather mark. Had to do a re-round or a 360, but there's Rag now laying down, not to the finishing line. Still got about 150, 200 metres to go. This is the battle for second, third and fourth. And coming back on port is Yandu, and then in front of Finport is Lazarus.
Finport leading this trailing group in at the moment.
Yandu have lost out behind them. ASCC have jumped them, as has Smeg, I think. The left-hand side is paid, but we're on the Rag. Looking solid now. Probably got one and in. They're just above the pin end.
Very, very down on pressure, but they're just...
Yeah, enough up their sleeve by far.
They're safe at the moment, and these trailing boats are going to start to go soft as well. But yeah, the Rag only one on wire now. One in the boat, one on the wing. Harry sitting on the wing.
I know it's late in Auckland, but Kate Montgomery's watching. You should be cooking dinner for your dad and Johnny, Kate. I don't know why you're watching television and us gibberers, but anyway, hope you're well, sweetheart. Look after Dad and Johnny. We're watching the Rag now approach the finish. She's got one more jibe and in very light air, 5 knots at best. And she will get her first win of the titles. Race 6. Rag, Harry Price, Max Paul, Finn Rodowich. Excellent performance.
One more jibe.
Here they go. At 20 metres to go. Oh, it's light. The real battle is for second. Oh, a couple of boat lengths now to go. There they go. The Rag has done it. Winning Heat 6 of the titles. Congratulations. Outstanding performance. These very light conditions by Harry Price. Getting back to some of the form he showed throughout the year. But anyway, let's concentrate. And second is going to be Finport. I think there's no one else coming in to challenge him. It's Keegan York. Wily old Fox Keegan, the Finport.
Yeah, and the two boats that we've really seen trade blows all summer.
And then behind us, off camera, Smeg is coming in to capitalise on a very good day. They won Heat 5 the first day, first race today. Okay, Finport second. Make things interesting on the scoreboard. Keegan York, Gus Williams and Matt Stetter. Matt's won the title before with Sevi Jarvin. And look at this, Emma Rankin, terrific performance.
Wow, fantastic.
Shaw and Partners third. Kitchenmaker 4.
What could have been?
Smeg, an excellent downwind leg there, 5th. And then Lazarus come hard in from the right. Smeg. And Lazarus and Yandu coming in. It's going to be close. Who's got it? Lazarus, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lazarus 6. Yandu 7. Good effort from the Lazarus boys. They've had a good day also. 2nd and a 6th. Yandu, 7th and 9th. ASCC next. Then Balmain, consistent at 9th. And then a fair gap. Breeze still light now as the rest of the fleet sort of drift home. So, Rag first, Finport, Shaw and Partners, Kitchen Maker, Smeg, Lazarus, Yandu, ASCC and Balmain. What's that do for the point score? Well, let's have a quick little bit look at that while Dolly gives a bit of an overview.
Yeah, ASCC saving a bit of bacon there, but yeah, we've seen the Kiwis suffer a bit in the last couple of days. Unfortunately, that's sort of taken them out of what looked to be really promising for them initially. They've just dropped off a little bit, but I keep saying there's still a long way to go. We've still got 3 days of this regatta to go. I think that'll boost the confidence a little of the Rag and Famish boys. Good day from Keegan York, remaining consistent. But yeah, overall, tricky day. Never easy to sail in these light and shifty conditions. Boats have found themselves getting into a little bit of trouble or not getting off the start line well. Obviously, really punished. You know, another one who's hurt badly, along with Sea-Tech, has been the Black Knight today. They're both still coming, and they're a long way back. So those results for those guys, you know, there's only one drop in this regatta. You only get to drop your one worst result, and those boats are now carrying multiple bad results.
Who was that? Marine Plus, was it? Just gone.
Marine Outlet.
Marine Outlet, I mean. Marine Outlet.
Next in will be Beck Hancock.
Noakes, a good effort.
Noakes, great
11th.
effort from Beck today.
Okay, and I've got some provisional points. And then, is that Wealth?
Wealth,
yeah, they're very good.
They have.
Week, yeah.
Queenslanders.
Yeah.
Go the Queenslanders.
Where's the other Queenslander, the Bigfoot? Can't see that.
To windward of the Honda
Oh,
Marine,
right,
mate.
yeah,
There they are.
So a little battle now going on for 13th.
It looks like Sea-Tech just in front of the Burrawang there, and then the Black Knight back behind the Burrawang. So those guys are pretty deep, and a disappointing day also for this race for the Vycobi boys too. Really struggling in this light air, unfortunately.
Well, provisionally, and I must say this is provisionally, with a drop, which now comes into play, but don't forget we've still got 3 races to go. I've got Yandu on 11 points, Finport 14, and Rag and Famish 21. So that's tightened things up a little bit.
Certainly has, hasn't it? Particularly between
Finport.
Yandu and Finport.
So Yandu's had 1, 1, 1, 1, a 9 and a 7, so he drops the 9. Gets him 11 points, and Keegan York and Finport's had 2, 5, 3, 2, 8 and 2, so he drops the 8. Counts the 2 and the 5, 7, 10, 12, 14. Yeah, so as I say, provisional, and here's a little good go. Who's going to get there?
I'll put my money on Sea-Tech here, Pete.
Sea-Tech, yep, Burrawang. Sea-Tech. Burrawang next, I think. Or was it Honda?
Yeah, Burrawang, I think.
Burrawang and then Honda. Okay, well, that was Ladies' Day, really, that second race today. Fantastic performance from Shaw and Partners in 3rd, and also to Noakes in 11th, as we're watching the Bigfoot go across in 16th place. And then a remainder of the fleet coming in. Now, Dol, what have we got from the meteorology department for tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday?
Well,
We need some accuracy here.
Well,
no messing around.
Unfortunately, the forecasts haven't been
I don't want any excuses.
overly
I don't
accurate.
want any excuses, Dol.
And, you know, I've told you what I've thought in the past, but that's not necessarily what ends up happening. But tomorrow it looks like we might get a bit of a nor'easter. Warming up a little bit, 26 degrees. Friday we'll be having a day off, mate, and on the weekend it gets quite hot. On the Saturday we're expecting a nor'easter again, and then Sunday a very hot day, and the reason for that very hot day is the breeze is going to go round to the west-nor'west, so we get that hot
ugly breeze. Yeah, ugly.
Yeah, so we might want to put the air conditioning on the camera cat.
6 getting across, Alan down to the pin and Huffel House, then coming in as Akarana, and then there's still a few more to come. So anyway, look, thank you, everyone. Been a long day, light day, but we've seen some very, very good results and different results from the first 4 races. Smeg winning race 1 today, which is the 5th heat. Smeg Lazarus 6th, followed by ASC Shaw and Partners. So what a day for Emma Rankin. She had a 3rd in the 2nd race today, so she got a 3rd and a 5th. Could nearly be the boat of the day. Bragg, Finport, Shaw and Partners, Kitchen Maker, Smeg this afternoon. So let's just quickly have a look at that. If you bear, or Smeg might have, she had a 1 and a 5, so that's 6. Shaw and Partners had a 3 and a 5, 8. Yeah, I think Smeg's the boat of the day. Rag, 1 and... Yeah, anyway.
7.
Yeah, so very good performance by Smeg. But look, it was a day that was tricky. There was a day that was light. And I think, is everyone going to make the time limit? There is a time limit in these short races. The boats have got to finish within 10 minutes of the first finisher. And if you don't finish within that 10 minutes, you're awarded 1 place after the last boat that finishes legally. So there's 3 still to come. I think it's Goat, 18-footers, and Gotcha for Life.
That's right.
Okay, well, we can see you tomorrow. I hope a bit more breeze. Sun was out today and the harbour was very, very calm. And tomorrow we hope, just hope, for a better day with a bit more breeze. But nonetheless, it was very good racing, exciting racing. Congratulations certainly to Smeg and certainly to Rag and Famish, the 2 winners. So we'll be back tomorrow, Thursday, Sydney time at 2:20, and the race to start at 2:45 for the Bill and Bill Memorial Trophy. Heat 7 of the JJ Championships for 2025. So, on behalf of the Sail Media team, thanks for watching. We've absolutely enjoyed bringing this to you, and we look forward to your company in about 22 hours' time. Peter Shipway signing off from Sydney Harbour. Thanks for joining us.
Good afternoon.
Ugh.